All right, spawning here to the bottom right side of the map, we have the Red Zerg player. Sidestorm Gaming's Silky. Top left, leading 1-0, and kind of actually literally a god. It is the French Blue Pro Terran, excuse me, Clem. I think no matter what conditions we give Clem to handicap him, you'll never take him down to be an easy opponent. Playing cross server from Europe to North America, if you follow any of the European pros, I say this without malicious intent, but like they all whine like babies when it comes to cross server play, and they are rightly justified for doing so. And it is those complaints publicly made that should really emphasize not that Europeans are pussies who can't play on North America, but instead that Clem's fighting through all of those complaints, and he takes game one towards the end of it so convincingly. Like I actually had to like replay in my brain, like a real life replay, as he was focusing the banelings so important that he did that through latency, through tiredness, through whatever. So I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed with that win in game one. Lambo has a legit case. He gets over 2k ping spike. Guys, the point of this statement wasn't that Europeans, you know, they're not wrong. Like the point is they're not wrong to complain. And it's highlighting the fact that there are so many complaints to really just show you how much is stacked against Clem theoretically in this series. Okay? I don't want to make anyone feel invalidated. They all have completely legitimate complaints about the lag. Okay? We good? What's the link for Stream Raiders? Just type !join or !raiders and it will link you directly to the battlefield. Also, side note, Lambo, like, you gotta give him like 2k ping. That guy's too good. You can't just let him play on fair settings. Him and like a laser and a few other, like, you just gotta handicap him or it's just not fair. Well, I'm loving the Reaper dance. It's very difficult to keep this Reaper from getting too much done. Silky only losing like one Zergling's not bad. The idea here for Clem is if he kills 2 or 3, then he can usually dive in to snipe that creep tumor, but slow queen is slow. Tries to chase the Reaper down, unfortunately, not getting in range to stop its healing. You typed !join raiders, a combination of both of the commands that you needed to type, and yet somehow managed to not do it correctly. That is impressive. Sorry. it just, you know, you strive for greatness, and then stuff like that happens, and it just catches you really off guard. Anyways, just to be clear, the commands, the 2 separate commands are !join or !raiders. Well, it's Cloaked Banshees again out of Clem. Certainly didn't hurt him in the last game. Ooh, Overlord going for that full scout. Should see this again, whether it dies or lives. Confirming this ahead of time is a good thing to do. Terminator, fuck off, dude. I'm trying to cast a serious game of StarCraft 2 with really good players, okay? You guys, I want to stand up on YouTube, not to be embarrassed to me. Okay? Okay? But no, seriousness, with the Hellions patrolling around the outside, this looks very similar to last time. I think the key difference is rather than rely on Hellions and some gimmick kills, you see Clem, he's already got Stim started up. He's gonna be able to just walk around with a lot of Marines, frankly, and should be able to do a lot of damage. But this is me thinking back to that awesome play from last game. Nice snipe on the creep tumor too. Yeah, this many Hellions I mean, the threat that just their presence is terrifying, because Silky knows if at any point he stops paying attention in the next 2 minutes, for even a second, and he lets those Hellions in, it's gonna just ruin his game. All right, here we go with the attack. 2 Banshees. Even though there's an Overseer out, it's 2 Banshees aided by these Hellions. Well, the Queens would really like to fight back. Oh man, there's not really many transfuses. Frankly, the ones that were here have already been burned. So I think if Clem really wanted to commit to a combined attack, he would kill all the Queens. But would he have enough left over? Zerglings are finally coming out as well. You know, Zerglings are not typically great against Hellions, but if they get the surround, they get the job done. You see Silky's trying to keep these back up on the high ground, so Clem doesn't know about how many Zerglings there are or where they're at. That's really good for helping fight off against the Hellions, but still the Hellions are a threat you can't just ignore. And sadly, just building Zerglings isn't going to be good enough. You have to take a good engagement with them too. Get that wraparound, going for the scan, cleans up a lot of creep. Banshees do survive a little bit longer. Okay. So Clem grabs about 6 workers from the Banshees kiting around the mineral lines. Grabs a lot of creep from the front lines with those Hellions, and frankly, this has been very well handled, all things considered. Just cast the game, you jerk. Sorry, nobody restopped to tell me to cast the game, okay? I did it because it chose to. I have free will, and I'm not just some puppet here to dance for your money. Although I totally will for the right price. Let's just be clear. A little bit of a counterattack to worry about. Siege tank takes out some of the Zerglings, but clearly not enough. That's a dead siege tank. Oof. That hurts. Marines will clean this up, obviously, but that was a good pick off from Silky. Meanwhile, those Banshees are still looking for ways to get back in here and be a problem. And the more attention that Silky spends watching over here, the less chance he'll see this army coming. That's a really big army. It's missing out on a siege tank, which kind of sucks, but armory's almost done, so it's going to be Hellbats. I don't know if there's many Banelings in play. There's 5 in production, that's for sure. But I think that might also be everything. And without Banelings, there's like you could take on the Marines maybe with just Zerglings. Without Banelings, there's no way to wash off those Hellbats. But okay, first wave of Banelings, sacrifice to the Hellbats. Stims though. Oh, he's on creep. Goes for the last few Banelings. These Marines have 1-1. They're gonna chew through everything. More Banelings finish morphing in, but more Banelings just means more targets for Clem to focus fire and look badass in front of. Couple Banelings go for the counterattack. There's a lot of SCVs here actually. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Oh, brother. The timing of that. Well sounded off. Hatchery's gonna die down to the south side too while this goes on. You know who, thank you for the $3. Says, is this enough to make you dance on stream? No. And I don't know who. How dare you assume? Never assume. It makes an ass out of you and me. Right? I think that's... I like pumpkin spice lattes. It's really basic. This surround's gonna clean up Clem. But I feel like Clem's already got his money worth out of these troops. He sees the Hydra transition too, which is why I think we see Widow Mines coming out. Siege tanks are good all in all, but Widow Mines are get rid of the Banelings is what they are. So yeah, Drilling Claws will be done very soon. Be the fast burrow, the retained stealth. That medevac from earlier flies forward only to possibly die here. Oh, somehow it doesn't get friendly fired or shot by the Hydras, so that medevac is kind of a legend right now, let's be honest. It's a very meager drop to the south, but frankly, there's nothing here to really stop it. As long as Clem can keep this out safely and just come back over and over and over, it will force Silky to constantly respond. He cannot ignore this medevac. Well, we got the upgrade to Hive coming out. Usually this is a pretty weak spot for Zerg.
Mate, just focus on the game.
Surely this is where it gets scary. But Roddy, Thank you for keeping me on track. Luckily, I was already focused on the game. Oh, but Clem not down there. Therm, thank you for the 40 long months, you fool. Or excuse me, not Therm. Hard Revenge. Sorry, I just read Thermidor's name in the chat. Hard Revenge, thank you for the 40 months, you damn fool. Since there's an unlimited amount of presents in Santa's sack, it approaches infinite mass. Slowing down time nearby, and that's why you can finish everything in one night. No, there's some bullshit to that. We'll pick that apart in a minute. Down to the south, though, that's a lot of creep getting cleaned up. That's gonna feel great for Clem and terrible for Silky, as he's got to rebandage this with new tumors ASAP. Unfortunately, I don't know if he's got the army to actually escort these queens in. As you see, Clem's testing that. By not overcommitting to stay for the fight, he just pokes forward. He does get caught down to the south, but Matthew's not looking, so I can't show you the two medevacs that barely escaped by the looks of it, because Widow Mines were set up here for a big push out of Silky. Clem, all over the map, responding in all locations best he can. But Silky's got so much map control this time. He's got a much better macro game. I gotta tell you, Clem's game 1 victory was really impressive, but Silky's game 2 bounce back so far has been pretty good as well. It's not overwhelming, and upgrades actually favor Clem still, but this is still a lot of pressure. There's a lot of creep on this map. Clem, however, he's on 4 bases. This is a great spot for Terran to be in. But look, okay, let's assume for a second Santa Claus actually somehow slows time relative to him when he's delivering presents, right? Every movie you've ever seen of Santa Claus, you know what he does after he delivers the presents to the main character? He fucking goes, ho, ho, wait, hang on. He goes, ho, 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 and then flies off into like Africa or something from your rooftop instead of just going to the neighbor's house. There is no way that even slowing down time, a man that inefficient with his planning of his route, could possibly deliver all the presents in one night. Ooh, more Widow Mines are super duper necessary. I mean, there's a lot to work with, but the funny thing about Clem's army supply, you'll get it's 112, but it's really deceptive because a lot of it's in medevacs. I can't see exactly because I'm not in game, but I'm gonna guess that's about 10 medevacs, if not more. He'd have a huge chunk of that army supply, meaning Clem actually has less units dealing damage right now than Silky does. And usually when you approach Hydras, you want to have a concave, you want to have numbers. He's getting really bold chasing into this. He'll win this little squadron fight. But boy, was that scary as he lost the base. And like, why does Santa do all the work himself? Wouldn't it be more efficient to delegate? Even if, again, he could theoretically stop time, he would die of old age before he finished these presents with how bad he is. I know something's getting cold this Christmas. Yeah, train conductor, dude. Wait, hold on. Would a train conductor get coal if he was good or if he was bad? Or would he just get it either way, thus condemning his fate, meaning he didn't really have free choice to make a good or bad decision in the first place? Oh, well, I'm getting super existential about Santa Claus now, and I can't handle this. Why are we talking about Santa? It's May? Because there's like Christmas in July for Australia, right? I think? Or at least they get winter. Don't mind us. Well, he drew attention to himself. Making 2 Banleys there would have been nice, but risky. I gotta give it up to Clem for the fight, though. You know, he's still on 3. He got to 3-3. Silky's on his late game tech, too. I'd say Silky's a little bit more where he wants to be than Clem is necessarily. The map control kind of reflects this, in my opinion. Because Clem's not going for ghosts. He's certainly not getting liberators. If he wants to play versus Ultra with heavily Marauder, but mostly Marine Bio, you can. I've seen players do this, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough. More Banlings are going to be necessary, though, out of Silky, because it's not the Ultras that are the power source of this. It's still the Banlings. The Ultras are supposed to just help escort them forward. Can we not talk about Santa? My 6-year-olds are nearby. I got really bad news for you kids. That bad news is that... Oh, I'm not gonna do it. I want to do it. I'm not gonna do it. Even I'm not that evil, okay? The bad news is that you're going to get better gifts from Santa this year than your dad will. Rest in peace, poor Giltland. Santa's going to be way nicer to your kids. I know that for a fact. Oh, this has been a really good kite back out of Clem, but he's taking a lot of damage. What's key, though, is that base survived. Silky invested so much gas into killing that planetary fortress, and I'm hoping it's getting repaired as we speak. The one to the north is going to be a little bit more difficult to save. Corruptor's just going to sit there for pretty much ever. He's got the full surround. No, he's trying to get the repairs. Oh, he's going to save this. This makes this super, super not worthwhile for Silky. Denied on all fronts, the main attack, the planetary fortress, and the second planetary fortress. Ace Grinchkin. Oh my god, that's right. We had that emote. You drew that emote for a while. I gotta dig that emote out of storage so I can use it next Christmas, dude. Seasonal Twitch emotes. But yeah, wow, that's a lot of Zerglings that have died in the making of this game. 127 Marines, 11 tanks, but notably 70 Banelings, because this unit's loss tab does not show Banelings that self-detonate. It only shows them if they were actually killed by another source. So that means 70 Banelings were prevented from going off, while probably another 70 more did go off. How does Santa have time to eat cookies at every house? Because, you know, when you're feeling peckish, it's you gotta drink that milk too so it doesn't go bad. Okay, let's talk about the Tooth Fairy next. No, I'm just kidding. That Corruptor is being really annoying. It's just one, but with so little anti-air here, most of the army emphasis has been on Marauders. So one Corruptor getting through so much might give Silky the knowledge that there's not really a lot of pushback in that regard, and if he might be the freedom to get away with the Broodlords that he's thinking about right now. But there are Liberators coming out. There are Vikings coming out. Late game for Clem just changes slightly from bio to air, but same idea. It's just gonna be like making a lot of units on either side wins. Oh, those wood mines were nice. He targeted those two. If he didn't, they wouldn't have actually killed the Broodlord. Wood mines are a little fickle with their AI targeting and sometimes will not make the right decision. You have to help guide them. But yeah, the Broodlord army is not that crazy. It's slow and it's out way in the open. It's like Clem's 7th base being threatened right now. This really isn't a problem right now. Liberators come in and stay in anti-air mode, which is desperate to say the least. There's no Marines hardly to fight back against these Broodlords, so this does look super awkward as units just kind of slowly bleed out, but the Broodlords themselves bleed out too. Silky doesn't have some like 6k mineral bank to keep these losses. He's expanding, which is awesome, but at some point the cost efficiency of Clem will start winning over, and Silky's got to be a little careful because he's running out of cash. Now luckily he still has a good bank of gas, so making more Banelings is always going to be an option. Oh my god, this Widowmine looking for a lot of kills. He kites back, he's off of creep. Man, those Liberators just need to set up so badly, but he can't spare the micro, I'm sure. Things have been intense and kind of crazy. Geralt with the host, thank you, Geralt. You've been so kind with these hosts, man. You know, like nobody else hosts me, bro. Thank you very much. And hello to any of Geralt's viewers tuning in. Oh no! He waited, and patience paid off, and he grabs 13 SCVs, which, you know, objectively isn't that many, but it's really good because Clem hasn't been taking much damage. The first real big economic hit, and as you can see here from the income graph too, Silky's had his moments, but it's been pretty close up to that point. But going forward, this might actually be a good thing for Clem, not a bad thing. By removing those SCVs from play, it frees up army supply. And now Clem's gonna have a higher overall army supply at any given engagement. Like, we're talking 140 to like 88. I'm not saying that's an automatic win by any stretch of the imagination, but Clem's doing really well with the supply advantage, and while the Liberators do go down, they took out a lot of units with them. In fact, when you look at the supplies right now, Silky's floundering a little bit. He's got 28 something Zerglings coming up, but that's something a couple Widowmines could fix depending on how things go. The Vikings are a little awkward too, because I think the whole army is just in one hotkey at the moment. He really hasn't had even like 2 seconds free to split them. Ooh, he might be able to save that orbital. Oh, get out. Oh, gets the queen. Nice. Oh, waste the Widowmine though. That feels bad. Vikings on the ground. It's awkward, but all hands on deck, man. Until the reinforcements get here at least. It might not be epic like the Legacy of the Void cinematic, but it's far more effective than that Viking was. Chasing these down, we got a lot of Widow Mines setting a line in the sand, and several have been left over because these Overseers, well, they've been out to see this. They just don't have the freedom to go in there and pick them off. So Widow Miner 2 to the side is awkward, sure, whatever. Banelings finish up. Marauders should snipe that Ultra. The Widow Mine sends a missile right up its butt. It looks like that ends up finishing it off. SCV's being chased off of their new base locations. I've talked a lot about how Silky doesn't have money, but Clem did get that crazy army supply, 140 something, 144, but he's hurting for cash, guys. There's not going to be round 3 and round 4 for this. At most, there's like 1 backup army for each. And Silky, by the way, can't even get to 200 supply. He's Overlord block. That's how bad things have gotten. That command center sadly will die. So nice for Silky. Oh, that's just a goddamn shame is what that is. Are you kidding? It's still, oh my god damn it. That thing, if anyone was paying attention to it, could have been so crazy good. But the top right's been cleaned out. Silky's very precious money has been relocated now to the bottom left. Any mining he's going to get done, this game's going to happen down there. Main bases for both are mined out. Natural bases are empty. Thirds are getting low. We're hitting a point in the game where money is going to be scarce and people can't rebuild the units they're losing. And in that way, that's where Clem's army supply is huge, eclipsing by almost 50 army supply. Clem has a massive army lead. I wish Mappy would just show the units instead of the units lost, so we can see what that army supply is made up of. I'm pretty sure it's mostly Marauders. But, oh, Fungal Growth desperately comes in. The units that get caught in the front line will be too slow to get away. He's splitting here a little awkwardly. Vikings going down for no reason. Chaos from that Fungal Growth really upset Clem here. Losing nearly 20-something army supply to this. Widow Mines are looking for some cheeky shots. I guess this is good as long as there's no detection. Is that medevac? Oh my god, the late game Widow Mine drops. Are you kidding me? This is next level stuff, guys. Oh my god! Oh no! The blue balls I have right now for Terran. I can't believe that Widow Mine shot didn't go off. And that one did? Hello? Blizzard? Are you watching? Explain yourself right now. It's taking a while to clean up all this creep, but it's really important he did, because this top right side of the map is supposed to be Clem's, man. He wants to claim this, he wants to mine off of it, and any minerals mined are just minerals denied from Clem. You expect Blizzard to be watching? No. Actually, what was cool is like 3 or 4 years ago, because I haven't been to the Blizzard offices in about 3 years now. I don't know what they're like now. They had us on their TVs, like in the break room and stuff. Like we went to the cafeteria and it's such a nice place. It's like, it's a rich person's workplace, I guess we'll call it. And they had various streamers up on the screens, but they would tell me that, like, you know, when we were doing cups back then, they would always have us on for lunch, which I thought was really cool, but it would be muted so they couldn't hear anything. Either way, there was Blizzard did used to watch. You guys make jokes about it, but they did. They really did. You know what I love? This guy's like, okay, the Blizzard balance team saw that and they're on it. But it's like, here's how I actually think that would go. Oh my god, this fungal's huge. Hold on, we'll goof around in a second. I mentioned before, players are running out of money. Clem can't rebuild these medevacs. He doesn't have the freedom to do this. He needs more liberators. So all these medevacs to start dying, you know, this is, bio's good, but bio's crap without medevac support. So now relying on like some pretty damaged marines, some okay liberators. I mean, the hydras wrap around them, so the liberators are getting taken care of. This has just gone south for Clem in like a very terrible way. Like, I think it was okay until he lost the medevacs. Then, oh my god, this turned around. But I don't know, right? Because it's not brood lords that are breaking Clem. Ultras are pretty easily dealt with in comparison. I shouldn't say pretty easily, more easily. Whatever the case, whatever word I'm searching for is, the point is I think Clem can fight with what he has. It's just what he has isn't very good. Oh, beautiful. Oh, not so beautiful. Ah, beautiful again. Yeah, if someone clipped that funny Widow Mine combo, link it, I'll do a reaction thing after the game. But this is really impressive to me for Silky, because without any jokes or balance wine intended, Clem is such a good player. The fact that Silky takes this to a 25-minute game alone is impressive to me. Let alone the fact that he might win, depending how things go. Not if he keeps eating Widow Mines like this, though. God damn. He fungal growths it and walks away. That's the most, like, losing your shit moment I've seen in a while. Speaking of losing your shit, 11 drones died at the bottom left. 44 workers for Silky. Not good. Clem's getting that supply back up. All he needed to do was get some time on his side, and doing things like that Widow Mine harass, Silky's inability to finish him off. This is giving Clem the time he needs to, I want to say, secure this game, but I don't know if that's a true statement or not. There's a lot to go through here still. Luckily, with the army though in the top right, a Zergling run by will not be efficient in taking down that base. Ah, beautiful Widow Mines. Widow Mines are just great, aren't they, Base Trade TV? Especially 600 supply of them. Chill one Jedi, get out. As far as I'm concerned, that game did not happen. I refuse to accept that reality. So this is where I start liking fungal a fair bit. There's not a lot of anti-air for Silky. There's no corruptors flying around, no mutalisks. Oh, that's unfortunate. But any fungal growth is just free. It's energy. So grabbing a medevac, taking it out of play, even just one, is pretty significant when Clem has probably about 5 to his name right now. Possible final engagement. Silky's committing hard to this. The Liberators will go down, but not before taking out a significant amount of the Hydralisks. Hydralisks are a lot of the damage for this. The Ultras are a bit more tanky than really damage. But Clem's got nowhere to kite through. Well, he's actually got 2 really good terrain spots to kite through, but I mean, there's no liberation zones to kite back to. Through this, though, slow and steady, he has started to get ghosts out. 4 of them in production. Building armor. Love to see it. Building armor is going to make this game, like, impossibly difficult for Silky. I feel bad because I know that Stream Raider battle's ready to go, but I've been skipping through all of them today, so I really want to show you guys this one. I'm waiting on it. I'm so sorry, dudes. I don't care. This game goes on an hour. We're waiting on Stream Raiders. Ooh, that was a good Widow Mine skid shot right there. That one's not bad either. I mean, the idea with the Ultralisks is they are just so physically large, right? They actually soak up most of the Widow Mine shot. So that's how they keep things like the Banelings and the Zerglings pretty safe. Relatively safe. That Liberator, by the way, I hope Mapu clicks on it before the game's done. Oh, wonderful snipes. That Liberator on that ramp, though, has been policing this for so long, and it's killed a lot of units. But what a wild game 2, dudes. Clem, I think he's starting to close it up, though. You know, Silky, he's out of money. He's out of bases. He's trying so hard, but Clem's shutting him down really hard. Granted, Clem, in turn, is being shut down, but I think ghosts are really the ultimate trump card for this situation. While fungal growths may have been able to deny some of the snipes, there's no brood lords to really push this through. And so even burning a steady targeting and a Hydralisk, it looks silly, but I mean, that's a guaranteed kill. This guy's on a mission. Never mind. Banelings walk through, but not much left. 56 army supply to speak of. There's Widow Mines to fall back to still, and these Ghosts and Liberators are doing great for the late game. Clem was really facing a lot of Silky's late game with his mid game. The fact that he's finally brought this back to his own late game, he's got these drops of Widow Mines that have been going off non-stop. Fantastic game. Like, I think Clem still takes a 2-0. We're coming up on it, but absolutely fantastic game. I can't wait to look at the brackets. I've been holding off. I don't even know who plays next. There's one base really mining for Silky at this point. The SCV transfer is asking for a Baneling or some Widow Mine friendly fire. He unburrows the Widow Mine. What a pro, dude. Now, of course, the Planetary Fortress is nearing completion, but notably it has building armor. Oh, but he doesn't repair. He just abandons the base. SCVs are very precious at this stage, though, so I don't blame him. Meanwhile, 104 army supply from Clem scrambles around the map. Silky tries to respond. He's got very little to work with here. It's 20 Widow Mines. I was like, where is this army supply? How does he have 100 army supply and only have like 5 Marauders and 4 Marines? That's because it's 20 Widow Mines scattered around the map. Oh, that fungal growth though! Nothing to follow up for it, but yikes. Guys, what is even happening? He targets the Overseer, which is hilarious because he does it right next to 2 Spore Crawlers. So the Overseer was not even like a priority target at this stage, but it's also something Silky can't really remake. And at some point, if Silky runs out of Overlords and runs out of money, Widow Mines win this game. It's just so many of them too. That's the beauty of this. Another fungal waiting to happen. He realizes that there's not enough energy though, so after that brief semi-scatter, regains his confidence. Steady targeting, gonna take out this Hydra's. 27 remain. This isn't looking good for Silky, guys. This is looking like this might finally be the end, but what a goddamn game. 31.5 minutes, dudes. Find me many players who can go 31.5 minutes versus Clem. I'll wait. Because seriously, dude, that's a show match right there. Give me some names. God, how many planetaries is this? 78,000 resources lost for Silky, coming up on 80. Clem, with less than 60,000 in comparison, has been playing crazy cost efficient. And that early game explosion for Macro for Zerg, where they just have all that money, throw body after body after body at units, not a thing. GG. Oh my God, Clem takes the series 2-0.